Hi, welcome everybody. It is the June conversation at the center. We are going to be going over just a few things, not a lot on the agenda. It is 1:01 p.m. on July 1st. We have with us some of the management staff. I see Bernice here, Michelle here. So welcome them. I know Dr. Haddon is actually off today, so we will excuse her. I only got one question sent to me via email. It says, could the foster program approach the prison to start a program that inmates take care of expecting cats, taught to feed newborns, and maybe a work release program to help expecting dogs? This is a very interesting idea. I haven't heard of this. I've heard of, like APA has the prison dogs and go. But I haven't heard of anything of caring for pregnant animals. I don't see why we couldn't approach with our foster care coordinator, approach some of the facilities, detention facilities with this. I don't know what those rules are, or if they can have syringes, and if they can have the extra milk and all those things. I don't know, but as you know, kittens, they have to be fed very often, same with puppies and so on. So it's an interesting idea, and we'll shoot it out. We'll have Vanessa shoot that out. So that's the only question I had. I do want to report on the new center going up. They're still stating about 68% completed, because of some delays in some of the electronic workings of door hardware, like hinges and crash bars, that kind of thing, that they had to move it back to December 8th is the official substantial completion date, December 8th. It was the end of September, but they moved it out. What they are doing is, just in case it doesn't work, as far as getting that, if it's delayed more, they are purchasing regular door hardware so they can install it and still be good on December 8th, and then replace it with the electronic stuff as soon as it all comes in. So at least they're taking those precautions so we can for sure be open in December. We would love to have that as a great, all wrapped up Christmas gift for us to get into the new center. I noticed that they're doing stucco on, or I've done the actual cement stucco part on this will be the east side over here, and they're wrapping it around. We just got done finalizing some of the contracts and paperwork for how the inside of the dog pods are going to be prepped and surfaced on the floor. So that's moving forward. A lot goes into these buildings. I'm not going to lie. You think that you can just say, okay, let's build it, but it is a lot of work all the time. So thank you for them being the contractors and the city that's working really hard to get all those things completed. We are, as you know, a Facebook post went out, and we are keep getting, I'm sorry, I read the messages as I started. So to reiterate our post that we did yesterday about fostering or coming to adopt, we are at capacity. So please, if you ever been on the edge of your seat, wondering, on the fence about fostering or about adoption, now's the time to come do that. We urge you to do that. I talked to some news media this morning, and they kept wanting to know how many need to be saved. And I said, as many as can be done. We're not going to put a number on it and then expect people to follow the number. Just please, if you're interested, come do it. We definitely want you here. One comment in the chat says, I keep meaning to ask and then forget, will there be a drive entrance off Rinconada? Yes, there will be. So you'll be able to get off on Highway 70 on Rinconada, come under the freeway, and enter the new center there. There's also going to be still an entrance to the new center on Baton Memorial. So there's still that. And then there's still going to be the entrance here to the existing center off of Bataan. And yes, they do connect the new center parking lots. So somebody, and the gate is set off. So you don't have to go through a gate in order to connect the two. So if you accidentally park here at the center, at the existing center, you can just drive through the parking lot to get to the new center. We requested that because we knew there was going to be a lot of confusion until people got used to the new center being the adoption center and this center being a medical facility. Also, so you know, we signed a contract with local architects to get an idea of how we can change the existing center to work as a medical facility. So we've been meeting with them a few times. They've thrown out some plans for us. It's significant changes that we're asking for, different rooms, you know, surgical suites, that type of thing. So that's in the works. We're talking years, something like that done. First of all, we do have to get the funding, would be the first thing. But, well, the second thing. First thing is to find out how much money we want or we need. And that's what this study is for. So we can say with the architect, okay, great, this is what we want. Then we can go and start asking for that money. Any update on your next fiscal year budget is another chat. So there's not really an update on it. What it was is because the city and county did not approve the budget we presented to them, then it reverted back to last year's budget. So we got the exact same year we got this year. And when I say this year and last year, today is actually the first day of our new fiscal year. So last year would be just yesterday and all of that previous year, back until June 30th of 2021. The county did up to be 50-50 with the city. So each, the city and county, are both giving 1.75 million for it. That does cause a little bit of a problem as far as, if you remember, in our budget presentation, we did request some more positions of animal caregivers so we can get them in the new center so we can clean both places. And we were told that we need to, or we can move forward on those hirings. There's still an issue there though, because I can't move forward until the board approves those positions. So the board requested that we go through the year, and then about 6 months in or so, we see where we're lacking, and then we can ask for some additional funds of where we're short, because we know we're going to be short because we have a whole new building to pay for, whole new buildings to clean, and so on. So is your board going to discuss your budget proposal again at their next meeting? Most likely not. That budget proposal was just a proposal. And like I said, the budget has already been set. When we move forward, 6 months out, and we have some history to our budget and see where our spending is and where we're going to need more money, that's what I'll present to the board, saying we need this much money. See, these line items are deficient in funds. So that's how we'll approach that. Michelle, you want to come off mute? Do you have anything you like to talk about or say?
Not at this time.
All right. Another person just sent in any revisions to policy on cats that are TNR'd, i.e. declawed. So I'm sure those of you on this call know that there was an animal on Facebook that was found TNR'd. I cannot verify if that animal was even TNR'd from us because we never had a microchip. It was just assumed that it was from us. I don't know. But regardless, the event had me talking with Paul, our shelter manager, our kennel manager, and also Dr. Haddon, and we discussed confirming between the two of them that both parties, both when, if possible, when the animal's awake and they're doing the impound process, that includes putting them, sexing them or putting in a net or transferring cages or cleaning the cage, any of those processes. If they can tell if the animal is declawed or they have to test it, then they need to. Or when the animal is on the table, Dr. Haddon and her staff has been instructed just to do a quick squeeze test on front and back claws to make sure that animal is declawed. Another question is, can we conclude that no specific amount was budgeted for TNR for the city? There's been no talk of specific funds. In fact, the TNR coordinator position was not approved in our budget. It wasn't approved in this last year's budget, which just ended yesterday, nor do we have one in this year's budget because I didn't get budget. I didn't get funded or a place for it. Again, the way that the city works is they will not allow me to ask for a position unless it's been approved by the board. So in the past, whenever, like we'll say the foster coordinator position, we originally requested that position be looked at and and be filled, and they came back to us saying they need proof that it was okayed by the board. So then we had to go back, we sent them our budget presentation and also the minutes where they saw. So with nothing was done on the TNR coordinator position and nothing on the animal caregiver positions. Those were not approved by the board. So that's something that needs to go before them. I am working with the Becky Cran, the board chair, so we can get something, whether it be just a quick resolution or something in the notes that says it's approved. The problem is I don't know if they'll approve unless we have funds for it. And if I take funds out of already a very tight budget year, that means we need to cut funds from other places in the center to pay for a position. It's all very connected and very convoluted. So is that position on the board agenda? As of right now, it is not on the next month's agenda, but like I said, I'm talking with the board chair about these extra positions and what needs to be done. Just make sure there's no others. All right, so Michelle had none. Bernice, do you have anything?
Nope, not at this time either.
Okay. All right. As many of you know, there is a lot of things going on Facebook right now about fosters of the ASCMV. Just know that we have a lot of great fosters here, and we love and appreciate every single one of them. And we hope they continue to foster with us. We have a lot of animals here that we would love to see go into a foster home. Oh, somebody says here, I don't think the declaw question was fully answered. If you determine the cat is declawed, what happens? Well, right now, the animal, if it is declawed, it all depends on the animal. If the animal is a community cat and the animal is aggressive to the point we would probably deem feral, it would most likely get released. Or the only options are released or euthanized. But I do not want to euthanize an animal just because a human was an idiot. The other option is if it's nice, absolutely, we can put it in our adoption program. With that caveat is that it needs to be adoptable. You got to keep in mind that it's not a TNR program, it's a community cat program. Meaning an animal does not have to be feral in order for it to go into the program. It does need to qualify for the program. So the question is if a declawed animal qualifies for or disqualifies it for a community cat program. And with those items I just sent, it is, or the ones I just said, you need to understand that it's has to be feral. I'm sorry, I got 3 things going on right now all at once. So if the animal is feral, but it is declawed, then the options are euthanasia or release. But if the animal is friendly and we have room, there's no reason why it can't be put in our adoption program. All right, Bernice, did we get to you? Is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, you already came to me. I'm good. Thank you very much.
All right, great. We had a great staff meeting just the other night, a couple nights ago. We talked a lot about Operation Catapult. As some of you may or may not know, this is grant money that we were able to apply for and get. What this is we go into hotspots designated by animal control. And basically we have individuals in there that are scrounging up business for TNR. If they are, and then we've done several of the clinics in these hotspot areas. I know that, and it's not just for cats, also for dogs. So I know we've done 66 dogs have been vaccinated. I think 12 cats have been sterilized, actively sterilized through this program. There are probably more with animals coming in via animal control. But we're excited for that program, and it keeps moving forward and getting bigger. So it looks like that's all I have. Question is that the 40K Best Friends grant? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much it was. That's a question we need to get from Elaine that you can ask her by email, always available. All right, well, thank you all very much. Appreciate you attending the June or July conversation at the center. I hope you all have a great day. Be safe, everybody. Have a great weekend, a safe 4th of July. Remember, buy a bag of dog food instead of fireworks. Bring it to your local animal center. They can use it, I'm sure. So appreciate everybody. We'll see you later.